This is technology, right? What if the technology doesn't work? What do you guys do about downtime? How do you eliminate downtime? Because I know that would be my first question. If I have a hearing clinic and I'm concerned and I want to make sure that there's a receptionist there, what do you do about this downtime?
Yeah. We actually use, I always joke and say, if I'm betting on the internet or a person, I'm going to take the internet, 100% of the time, but we also can address that. So if your internet goes down, you can do cellular backup. And that is actually really advanced since we started with this. It's gotten very affordable to use a cellular backup. If your power goes down, we recommend a battery backup that can run anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. So regardless of power or internet, it continues to work.
Yeah. People don't show up for work. If you have a technical thing that comes up from time to time, what a great thing that you guys have, though, with that call-in feature for tech support. Absolutely.
Yes. That's again, in software, the most important thing is your service, your tech support response time. 99% of the time when you call, we answer the phone. And if you don't, it's within 10 minutes. You can file a ticket as well. But we are overboard when it comes to tech support. It's super important. The biggest reason is because this is a paradigm changing product, right? People change their front desk, the way they operate with our system. So it's critically important that we run. And so that's our primary objective. So if something goes on, we want to hear about it immediately, and we want to turn around immediately.
Yeah. I know that some of you might be thinking, well, I want my receptionist to sit at the front desk so they can do little errands and go get things. Well, that's a different service, guys. They have Instacart and they have DoorDash, and there's a variety of other things that are out there that have allowed us to be able to still receive all of the same things that you're looking to achieve from efficiency standpoint. Now you just have that in the receptionist. You guys want to talk a little bit about this paradigm shift that's going on, and every once in a while you'll have a client talk about this with you?
Sure. Yeah. So, well, as I mentioned, it is a paradigm change, only because if you went into any of our clinics, we don't have a front desk. There's no front desk at all. And so all we have is waiting room chairs and the virtual satellite kiosk. In fact, when we did this, we eliminated that space and we turned it into a treating space. So it became billable space. And then when we opened new clinics, they didn't have to be as big because we didn't have a front desk. And so that was really quite a benefit that we didn't really expect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the paradigm sounds like it's actually a better shift for the clinic because you can make more revenue and save more money. So that would be the paradigm shift that I would be most concerned about. How about this one? How about the patient experience, right? Like, I know that if this was 10 years ago, the patients might be concerned about the experience with technology, but can you speak a little bit to now how patients love this experience and how it's changing even the interaction with the clinic and service and stuff like that?
Sure. Yeah. When we started back in 2015, you're right. Nobody talked like this. Even our elderly patients were a little bit more cautious about that. But today they've been talking to their kids, their grandkids, or even their significant other for 4+ years now this way. So they're very intuitive of that. And they also like the fact, a lot of people, not just elderly, like the fact that it's not another exposure point. So we go in and out of flu season, COVID season, whatever. You have to see the provider, but you don't have to see a real person up front in exchange of those germs. You can still get everything done without having to have that happen. So we've had people now that actually, it was funny. We had one person that gave us the most upsetting remarks initially, actually after COVID, called us back, made a point to call us back and tell us that she was completely wrong. And she was so happy that she did not have that exposure at the front. And she was just elated at how much it helped her.
That's incredible. That's incredible. And
yeah, sorry.
I know that you guys got to be thinking then, like, with all of this benefit that's coming from this technology, the ability to make more money. I've probably said cost savings like 100 times on this show because that's a big part of what this does. It makes things more efficient. But I know everybody's probably considered, well, what is the cost then? Like, how do we deal with this, the price of this virtual satellite service?
Yeah,
it's ridiculously inexpensive. We should probably charge a lot more for it, but it's a monthly licensing fee, and it's a fraction of what you pay for a person. And obviously, since people can do more, for instance, our clinic ended up being we had 10 total clinics, and we were able to work with only 4 receptionists, and so that's because they could job share the way we talked about earlier. So you want to say something else?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say it's definitely affordable, and that was one of our goals at this point in our career. We really wanted to see private practice, or practices at all, practice of medicine, practice of therapy, the practice of anything survive. And if we don't, we wanted to be able to cut costs without affecting patient care. And we love the people up front, and we love that interaction. That's why we made it a real person, but we don't have to have them there physically to create that.